Hey everybody, Matthew Cooke here, founder and CEO of GTC Golf Academy, and today I'm going to show you how to get rid of, or one of the many ways you can get rid of the hook. So for the right-handed golfer, that ball starting right and hooking way to the left, finishing miles left of the target, or the other shot that seems to be related very much so with the same tendency is the block. Ball that goes straight right and maybe even fades out there as well. So I'm going to show you how to almost eliminate that with an exercise. And just first to demonstrate that shot, that hook or that block typically is coming from the club coming in very shallow, and then the pelvis is thrusting forward this way. So the pelvis is getting closer to the ball, the club gets really much underneath us, and we flick at the ball this way, trying to save it with the hands. And sometimes we catch up, sometimes we time it well, and other times we don't. And more often than not, that's where that hook shot comes from. So what we're going to do is we're going to get an alignment tool. You can get things similar at Home Depot for about $2, so it's not a big expense. You're going to put it through your belt, through the straps that your belt would go in. Now there are training aids out there that you can put around you, and there's things that stick out the side, but you know, they're going to set you back 15, 20, 30, 40, $50 or more. Whereas what we can do here, get an alignment tool between us and then go ahead and hit golf shots, always starting with a smaller club. So I've got 8-iron here, always starting with a smaller club and smaller swings. And what will happen is, because of this alignment stick being in your pants, it's going to make you consciously aware of where you are, your arms are, the club is, and your body is in time and space. So you're going to be more aware of if you thrust forward, then the club is going to hit this, and it's going to cause you probably to miss the ball or top it or something crazy. So just from slowing down and having this alignment tool sort of guide you in the delivery of the club, you're going to start to see much straighter, a ball flight that's much straighter, or at least a draw that's a slight draw. You've got a little bit more control over it. So I'd always start small. I've got an 8-iron in my hand here, and what I would do is just start off with sort of like half swings, 3/4 swings, about 60-70%, if you know what, maybe like 50 or 60% of my energy and speed trying to execute the shot. And that way, when you slow it down, you are consciously aware of what you're doing. Now, often I work with golfers and they try and do a drill, and straight away they try and go all out 100%, 100 miles an hour. And it's not helpful. What happens when you go full out is it's like your swing's like a switch. You turn the switch on and you fire what you've already been wiring for the past however many years. So that's where the bad habits come in. And that's why so many people, even after understanding a drill, go and revert back to type. So they just revert back to doing the same thing. We've got to slow it down. We've got to build up to what we can do right before we fail to do it. And through practice, that will grow and grow and grow. So if you at first can only do this drill at 50% speed, doing a 3/4 swing, that's fine. That's just where you're at right now. If you keep practicing it and keep working on it, then you're going to find in a few short days or a week or so that you can go 60% or 70% at 3/4 swing. It's just going to grow and grow, but at least you're building the foundations correctly for long-term learning, and so you're able to take this out on the golf course with you. So I'm going to increase it a little bit now, because I think that last one was quite relatively easy for me. So I'm going to go 60, sort of 70%, slightly bigger swing. Pretty good. Because I do have a tendency, and I did as a young boy, to thrust with pelvis forward. So just a simple drill like this, couple of dollars for an alignment stick. You don't need to buy the fancy ones that are $20. Home Depot, $1.99. Stick it between where your belt would go. Work on this drill. You're going to eliminate that hook and those block fades.